You know what is the most used four-lettered word? Love. And the need of everyone is to love and to be loved. We all need that love. No love of this world will satisfy us. You know why? Because the love of this world has two problems. One, the love of this world is ridden with expectations and frustrations. People love us for what they expect us to be, not who we are. They like us and they make their relationship based on whether we fulfill their expectations. And if there is, I'm not saying all relationships are like that. If there is a relationship which is selfless and there is nothing like that stuff, then time takes one of the other away. Ladies and gentlemen, can we afford to wake up with a regret tomorrow? Can we afford to carry any grudges in our hearts? Can we afford to go around with what we have, some feelings for people in our heart, negative feelings? कल नहीं रहेंगे ना, उनको क्षमा मांगने का अवसर भी नहीं मिलेगा. And you will carry it all your life. You know? And therefore, relationships of this world, sometimes just people disappoint us for who they are. And sometimes time disappoints by taking one away. और कौन जाएगा पता नहीं. एक 65 साल की लेडी अपने 25 साल के नेफ्यू को बोलती है, शादी होता था ना परिवार में, तो वो ऐसा करती है उसको, अगला 13 नंबर है बेटा. And young people don't like to be reminded, अगला 13 नंबर है शादी के लिए. So he used to get frustrated every marriage, अगला 13 नंबर है बेटा. And then once someone died in the family, so they again went for the funeral. Now both were standing and the nephew said, "Agla, aapka number hai auntie." One of our great acharyas said, when you experience love of God in your heart, that love of God manifests as compassion and concern for people of this world. People are thirsty, yearning for that love, down in their lives, depressed, negative, lonely. They need hope. People need hope. And love is the hope. Selfless love that comes in our heart is the hope for the people of this world. Ladies and gentlemen, therefore the most used four-lettered word is love. What should we do with it? Value it. There is a concept called sledging in cricket, where the opponent team comes and gives gali to the batsman. Gali, they try to distract them and take their focus away. One thing that Sachin is adored for in the history of cricket is sledging hasn't bothered him. This man is cool. Are you cool? When people do sledging against you in the game of life, are you cool? Or you lose your cool? There will always be people who are out of control. Can you stop a guy from criticizing you? Can you stop an opponent team from sledging? कुछ नहीं कर सकते. It's called things which are out of our control. People are out of our control sometimes. One lady had a fight with the husband. और झगड़ा हो गया पति पत्नी में, तो उसने अपनी माँ को फोन किया, मम्मी मम्मी मैं नहीं रह सकती इधर, ये बहुत हो गया, मैं झगड़ा हो गया, अभी मैं 2 हफ्ते के लिए आपके पास आ रही हूँ मैं मम्मी. तो उसकी माँ बोली, नहीं नहीं बेटा, उसको उसके कर्मों का फल भुगतना चाहिए, तो तू उधर ही रुक, मैं 2 महीने के लिए आती हूँ उधर. मैं दिखाती हूँ उसको, तू उधर ही रहे. Are situations in your control many times? No. The guy who was batting was expecting an in-swing ball, and that's what the bowler bowled. And one gush of wind, an in-swing becomes an outswing and is caught out. Lot of things, situations, people are just out of our control. How many of you think question paper is in your control? And when things go wild, I'll tell you what happens with us. This is what happens with us. You know? This is what happens with us, see? See how it foams up? We react. The stimulus of a person sledging against us, criticizing, pulling us down, envious of us, conspiring, politicking, makes us react and foam out. We start reacting also. And look at this. This is also sealed. The question is, do you want to be a 7-Up can or a Oxycool bottle of water? And I'm sure a lot of us would say, Prabhuji, हमको तो दूसरा कुछ सोचता ही नहीं है प्रभुजी. And thus, in our life, we will always have a stimulus. And we can choose to respond, because between the stimulus and response is our choice. A great personality is not born in the maternity ward. A great personality is born by the choices that one makes. And therefore, when there are all kinds of stimuli, we have to learn how to respond. If we are not strong spiritually, it is impossible. If we are not strong culturally, it is impossible. All this sounds great and good, and we know, yes, I want to do it. I can't be a can of soda. I want to be a water bottle. But is it so easy? No. That is why coming here is so important. That is why these foundational ethics of spirituality are so crucial in this age. As all of you are going to be successful in your own areas of life, if not cricket per se. And thus, we have to learn how to respond. Therefore, my Guru Radhanath Maharaj, he says, don't ask the question why. Why did this happen to me? Ask the question how. How should I deal with it? Learn this master stroke. Not to react, but to respond. The 3-lettered poisonous word which becomes such a challenge to cooperation and being we relationships is a big ego. And what a big ego! All relationships have problem because of ego. With spouses, with friends, with parents, with colleagues. All relationships issues, the we is threatened by this 3-lettered word called ego. Religious people are free from ego. One religious man is thinking, I'm better than you. The other religious man is thinking, I'm better than you. What the hell is going on here in this world? Where every other field, if ego is shown, we understand that people are not yet purified, people are not yet learned those higher things. In the field of religion, if people become a victim of ego and have communal conflicts, God, how shallow. How if we only understood that we're dealing with that same Father, that same God, and would be able to resolve these communal riots and these communal conflicts, which are all caused by nothing but a massive ego. God doesn't teach any of those things. We get blown up because of our practice and we start thinking this is the best. And goodness, the world has witnessed so many conflicts. Relationships fall apart only because of these ego. क्यों? Sorry नहीं बोल सकते. क्यों नहीं sorry बोल सकते? SORRY, magic word है. When genuinely spoken from the heart, this word is a magic word. I have learnt a very beautiful sutra for my life. Maybe you will like it. Maybe you'll save a relationship out of it. I have saved many in the last 18 years. Many. Because of using this one sutra. Jot it down if you like. When you say a sorry to someone, that doesn't mean you are wrong. That just means you value the person more than being right. You prefer to save the person than being right. You prefer the relationship more than being right. You are willing to keep the ego aside and transform that ego into humility. You know, when a man who says sorry when he's wrong is called honest. A man who says sorry when he's not sure is called wise. And a man who says sorry even when he's right is called husband. When we learn to be a servant in our attitude and serve others, transforming into humility, a lot of relationships are saved. नहीं तो relationship में गड़बड़ हमेशा चलता रहता है. One lady, husband was traveling, so she called up her husband, saying, "Hello." He says, "Hello. How are you?" He said, "How are you? You are teasing me." He said, "You're teasing me." "Khana kha liya?" He said, "Khana kha liya?" The lady said, "Acha opportunity." She said, "I love you." Husband said, "Khana kha liya maine." मैंने खाना खा लिया, ये तो मैं रिपीट नहीं कर सकता. A lot of conflicting situations come only because of the ego. And therefore, the most poisonous three-lettered word which threatens the we is ego. What should we do? We should transform it into humility. The potential to do the greatest emotional damage is people who are the closest. People who are on the street don't hurt you as much as someone who's very close to you. Therefore, when we talk about people doing something to us, forgiveness is again only possible with memory of the good things that have been done to us. And there have been good things that have been done to us. And this is a generic principle again. In applying this in case, will vary case to case because the hurt that is done is so deep, sometimes you just can't find any good. You know what I mean? Generic, these are generic principles. There's a whole day's workshop on forgiveness that I do. As 8 hours workshop on forgiveness. And then we make people call those people and say sorry, or they have to go and forgive someone right in the workshop, and people cry. People cry, "Prabhuji, no, I can't pick that phone." Come on, phone. No, I don't push like that, just as a joke. Just on the humorous side. But tolerance, forgiveness, all of this is possible by good memory only. And if we talk about tolerating people, it's not all that hard to tolerate when we see that they also tolerate us. Keeping this fact in cognizance and in conscious awareness of our lives makes us handle people, because we know that no one's perfect. No one in this world is perfect. Everyone comes with a package deal. There's the good and the bad. We should focus on the good and deal with the bad. We should deal with it. If there's something wrong, we should deal with it. Communicate, sort out, whatever we need to do, we should deal with it. But focus on the good and deal with the bad is the way we work on it. And when we follow these principles, I think the second part of your question was about tolerating yourself and forgiving yourself. That's a little hard for a lot of people, because just kind of the mind just keeps hovering over those things, the mistakes that we make, But we just need to learn and move on. In one of my talks, I did this. What I did is I pull a pencil out and I break the pencil right in front of everyone. And that's what life does to us. Relationships are like that. Sometimes they get broken. Sometimes life situations are like that. Failures are like that. They break us, they crack us. Sometimes our own mistakes, we just punish ourselves so much and get broken internally. And then I pull out a sharpener and take the other half and start sharpening. We break, that's not the end of it, isn't it? Yes, we made mistakes. Yes, we've had our weak moments. Yes, we have had slips in our minds and in our lives. Doesn't matter. Really, what really matters is that we need to stand up, gather ourselves up, and fight again.
One time, I was flying from Moscow, Russia, to Kiev, Ukraine. I boarded the flight, and the stewardess came up to me and said, "Welcome on board, sir. We guarantee takeoff." I asked her, "Landing, madam?" She said to me, "You're a monk, aren't you? Pray to the Lord Almighty for a safe landing." We all are aware that when we take a flight, the takeoff is completely beyond us. We can do nothing about the takeoff. It's completely in the hands of the pilot. And when it comes to landing, even the landing is completely beyond our control. It's in the hands of the pilot. Many times when I fly and there is a very smooth landing where we don't even come to know that the plane has landed, people give an ovation, a loud round of applause. I have not been an exception either. Of course, the only thing is we don't give a standing ovation because the seat belt sign is still on. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the landing is also beyond our control. And what about the turbulence? The turbulence during the journey, during the flight, is also completely beyond us. The wind speed is beyond us. When the plane passes through the clouds and the entire plane becomes wobbly, it's not in our control. What is in our control during the flight is our choice. Some people choose to just go to sleep, yet others get completely drunk on alcohol. Some watch movies. Some keep munching something, yet others make new friends, talk to others and network. Yes, what to do during that journey is in our control. In the journey of life as well, the takeoff, which is our birth, is completely beyond our control. We didn't choose our parents. We didn't choose which nation we were born in. We didn't choose which city we were born in. We didn't choose our socio-economic class we were born in. We didn't choose our looks. We didn't choose the religion we were born in. Our takeoff of the journey of life was completely beyond us. And the landing, death, even that will be completely beyond us. I've heard many times people telling me that they would just love to die by getting a massive heart attack and dropping dead, no trouble for them, no hospitalization, no tubes, no needles, no trouble caused to others. In one shot, go. Now, no matter how much we might wish that, it's just beyond us. How we go and how the landing happens is completely beyond us. And what about the turbulence, the disturbances, the problems during the journey of our life? Some of them are within our control, which we can solve. But many problems and issues and the turbulence caused is completely beyond our control because it's caused by situations which are beyond us. It's caused by people who are beyond us. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in this journey of life, the takeoff, the landing and the turbulence is not in our control. What is in our control, however, is the choices we can make. And therefore, spirituality is about learning how to make those right choices. When we learn to make those right choices, we learn to live a transformed, happy, fulfilled life despite all the turbulence and problems that are going on around us. It is said, when we are beautiful, it's God's gift to us. When we live our life beautiful, it is our gift to God. Therefore, being a male is a matter of birth. Being a man is a matter of age. Being a gentleman is a matter of choice. And as a corollary to that, being a female is a matter of birth. Being a woman is a matter of age. Being a gentlewoman is a matter of choice. Let us all take to spiritual wisdom, learn to make the right choices which are within our control as our gift to God, and thus live our lives as thorough and perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.